What's up guys? Today we're going to be taking a look at the Talia luxury home theater seats from Salamander Designs. Yes, I know, I already took them out of the box. I couldn't fit the boxes through my doorway. You might be thinking, didn't you just get new seats in your home theater just recently? You're right, I did, but I didn't take into consideration one very important and huge factor when deciding on what home theater seats to get, and I'll tell you right after we put them together. But before we jump into that, if you're new to this channel and love home theater, hi-fi, and new movies, then consider tapping that subscribe button for new weekly videos. Alright, let's get these things put together. First thing we're going to do is grab the backrest and remove these two screws. The backrest will slide over these brackets, and you'll just use the screws you just removed to put the two pieces together. Next, you'll see there's Velcro right around the edges here and on the edges of this flap. Something that should be mentioned, the leather is top grain steer leather. You can see it's actually leather underneath and not felt like you'll find on some other seats that use bonded leather. This is a full leather hide, so it's 100% real, soft, supple leather. Now you're going to take the flap and Velcro this opening area here closed. This is going to hide all the internal workings and keep everything visually clean. Next, you'll want to grab the back plate. This also attaches with Velcro and covers the lower half of the seat. Next, we're going to grab the connector piece, that is if you're joining two seats together. And we're just going to screw them into the side of the recliner. All you have to do is line up the holes and use the included screws to join them together using the Allen wrench. It helps if you lay the seat on its side and screw in from the bottom. Once together, the bottom should be nice and flush. If you hadn't noticed, the seat frames are made from wood, which were handcrafted here in Connecticut. The frame is also warranted for the life of the product, so that's a pretty decent warranty. Once you get the connector pieces together, or rather the armrests attached to the seat, all you have to do is push the end seats together and screw the seats together the same way. If you lift the leg rests up, it makes getting to the holes a lot easier. You don't have to join the seats because they are heavy and stay in place. It also makes moving the seats around easier if you need to get underneath to vacuum or clean. It's totally your choice, of course. Now, the Talia seats are oversized, so they're a big seat. For a straight row of 3, they measure 102.5 inches long. Each seat is 39.5 inches deep, but fully reclined, they're 63.5 inches deep. So unless you're really tall, your feet shouldn't hang off the edge. This particular version I chose is the Premium Lustra True Black Leather. There's a bunch of different leathers and fabrics to choose from, or you can send them your own fabric and they can upholster the seats from that. I also opted to get the cup holders, which are made from aluminum, I believe, and I also went with the manual recline rather than the motorized ones. Sometimes I just like to get out of the seat quick, and I hate having to wait for the leg rest to go back down. Manual is just a lot quicker. One thing you might notice is missing are LED lights. For me personally, it's not a big deal, but you can always add your own light strip to the bottom if you want that look. Comfort-wise, these are the most comfortable seats I've had in my theater, and I've had quite a few in the past year. Like I said before, the seats are real leather. They're not bonded leather or have certain parts of the seats be leather and other parts vinyl or pleather. And they should age just as good as any real leather product ages, like let's say a jacket or a bag or something else. So they'll get some character the more that you sit in them. There's good back support, and the seating area is very long and wide. If you're a bigger person, then these seats might be something to look into. Now, as I mentioned earlier, the one aspect a lot of folks might overlook is the backrest height. That's how tall the seat is from the floor to the top of the backrest. Why is this important for anyone that has a home theater? Is that if the backrest is too tall, you could be covering up the back of your head and covering up your ears from hearing the side speakers and the back speakers. The height of the seats are only 40.5 inches high, so if you're sitting down upright, your ears aren't going to be obstructed by the headrest, and you'll be able to hear all the surround sound goodness from your music and your movies. If you're thinking these seats aren't comfortable when reclining since there's no head support, well, that's why the seats are oversized. You can slide down a little on the recline, and you'll find that the top of the seat has a slight upwards tilt to prop your head up. They don't recline totally flat, so there's a good chance that you won't fall asleep the next time you watch Harry Potter. Of course, if you're taller than 5'9", then you probably won't have any issues with any kind of seat that you choose. But for the vertically challenged, 40.5 inches is the perfect height to keep your ears free and clear for all of the immersive audio formats. At the time of this video, this particular seating configuration is going to cost you $13,027. Depending on your fabric choice and other accessories, it could run you a little more or a little less. These are not cheap seats. Just like any luxury product that happens to be leather and is handcrafted, it's gonna cost. But I am confident in saying, if you're dropping this much for home theater seating, that these seats will most likely outlast any equipment in your theater and likely be the last home theater seats that you're gonna buy. No, they're not for everyone, but for the folks out there that need that luxury leather feel and needs a seat that doesn't cover their ears, the Talia seats are gonna be a tough seat to beat. So tell me your thoughts on the Salamander Talia seats. They've been around for a while, and chances are you might have sat in them before. What do you think of their quality, and are these seats something that you might consider? Leave a comment and let us know. As always guys, thanks for watching. If you want, you can find us on social media, and if you want to support the channel and get exclusive updates and great discounts on audio and video gear, then stop by our Patreon page. Don't forget to like this video if you found it useful, and if you're not a subscriber, then tap the subscribe button, and we'll see you guys again in the next video.